A Michigan man could face prison time for reading his wife's email. He suspected her of cheating. She was, and now he is in trouble with the law. Fox's Andrea Isom takes a look.
I discovered that my ex-wife, my wife then, had been in a prolonged relationship with her second husband. I'm her third husband. She told me he had a history of abusing her. Checking her phone records, it seemed like they were really close. They spoke a lot. They communicated a lot. And I was concerned that she was not just moving back in that situation, but she was bringing our daughter into it. So I just wanted to confirm that.
According to Oakland County Prosecutor Jessica Cooper, checking somebody else's email behind their back is breaking the law. So this email checker was arrested and charged. In published reports, the prosecutor even called Leon a hacker.
Pretty asinine, inflammatory statement.
Claiming he violated the hacking statute. However, Leon's attorney, also named Leon, says that's a lie.
There's no mention of looking at somebody's email in the statute, and I just think that whoever issued the warrant made a mistake. Certainly, she's taking the position that she didn't want him looking at her emails.
She told me past this before, and she kept them with the computer and notebooks. It was very visible.
Leon's now ex-wife, Clara Walker, did not want to do an interview. Her attorney, Michael McCulloch, issued this statement. Please be warned that Mr. Walker is a self-described actor who lost primary custody of his child for good reason, brought out during 4 days of testimony in a divorce proceeding. After the divorce was final, he is still facing felony criminal charges. He has nothing to lose by publicizing and spinning his predicament.
I think you can respect your spouse's privacy, and I did respect hers until I felt there was an endangerment there. But as far as being criminal, that's silly.
And that is also the debate. Here now, Barry Sorrels and Peter Vogel. Thanks, gentlemen, for joining us. Both attorneys here to talk about the law, also about privacy issues. All right, I am sure a lot of people at home are going, oh, wait a minute, I've done the same thing. Barry, you ever done a little snooping yourself?
You know, I can't really remember any snooping I've done.
Yeah, not that you'd admit to.
As a matter of fact.
But you know what, a lot of people, I'm guilty. I mean, I've done it, but my husband's given me his passwords, so I guess I haven't snooped those out. But, I mean, a lot of people have done this. So really, somebody should be charged and with a crime because of this?
Well, I think legal experts will debate whether or not the statutes apply to situations like this. Some can argue that it does, some say it doesn't. But the question is this the highest and best use of our criminal justice system? Sure. And I think the answer is no. These type of matters can stay over in divorce court if there's conflict in the marriage, but we don't need to be prosecuting husband and wives for reading each other's emails. It's not what we need to use our system to do. There's more serious matters.
Yeah, divorce court may be a marriage counselor as well. Peter, let's talk about these privacy issues, because I guess the way I see it, it's husband and wife. If nothing's going on, if there's no cheating, if there's nothing sneaky, I mean, what's the big deal?
Well, from the privacy laws, I think there is an expectation that people have certain privacies, but the reality of what we do today and use social media and internet and email and the way we communicate, I think people do share this kind of information with this expectation. There are an average of over 350 million emails a day and 55 million tweets a day and 1.9 trillion text messages last year, and there's this expectation. I think people are going to share that information. Well, it's not really private.
You know, it's funny, too, I guess when I think of if a piece of mail comes to the house from my husband, that's not something I would open because I think, oh, that's a piece of paper, it's mail, I'm not going to do that, because I see that as something sneaky and wrong. But for some reason, email, it's like, yeah, it's email.
Well, there have been a lot of psychologists that have analyzed emails, and the people say things in emails they'd never put in writing and that they would never say face-to-face. So the email itself is kind of an unusual social phenomenon. And social media's only made it a little crazier with Facebook and MySpace and, and Google and everything else.
I think we know that here at Fox 4, a lot of the anonymous emails we get, people feel very bold and able to put whatever in an email. All right, so let's talk about this guy in Michigan. Barry, if he's found guilty, what does that say to all of us? Stop it. Don't be nosy. I mean, you know, have communication with your spouse.
I've read the Michigan statute, and Texas has one that's similar, and it was not designed to prosecute these type cases. It was designed for stealing work secrets and hacking into computer systems. But it is so broad that it can be technically used to prosecute people for reading other people's emails without their consent. The bottom line is, whether it's a criminal law or not, I mean, it's a privacy issue. You shouldn't be doing it. It's a boundary violation. violation. You shouldn't be reading other people's emails without their consent.
Right.
But on the other hand, there is a criminal law that if things turn south, for example, in your marriage, and now you're in divorce court and people are wagging each other's finger at the other one and they're looking for ways to get someone in trouble, then this statute could be there and be used against someone.
Yeah, and that's when it might come up, in this situation, if it does go to divorce court and people get awfully angry in divorce court and use whatever
it gets ugly
resources
over
they
there.
think
Right.
that they need.
But I think the other part of it is when people sign up for email systems, they never read the terms of service. They never understand what they're agreeing to, and yet at the same time, if they are sharing information, as Barry suggests, they're already doing. When does that time limit end? Is it when they file for divorce? And if they have email and password access, I mean, it becomes very gray as to whether they're committing a crime or not.
So people change your passwords often, I guess, especially after divorce, if that happens. Guys, thank you. Barry, Peter, we appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Rich.